write about. Trying to figure out what it's all about. Existentialist. Am I worth anything or just a scout? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
That was great sounds of Watts with Outside on WNHH LP 103.5 FM, New Haven. Myself, Preston, with my partner in crime, Long Island raised, Elm City made, Mr. Easy BlueZ. Easy BlueZ, you're always better with introductions more than me. Who do we have with us today on the broadcast?
Ladies and gentlemen, do not touch your dial. You have not time traveled. It is not Thursday. It is not 1 p.m. It is not till 3 p.m. So understand that it's a little bit different right now. Today, we have somebody, one of the best mouths in the business, one of by far the highest ranking mother fathers out there. I have to put your hands together, not if you're driving. If you're driving, please keep your hands at 10 and 2 because we don't need any accidents. But mentally, put your hands together for the fantastic, the amazing, the stupendous F.L.Y in the building. F.L.Y in the building.
And the crowd goes crazy.
Of course.
Of course. Oh man, thank you for that, man. Thank you for that. I hope there was no accidents. I would have had an accident just listening to you. I'm like, yo, what? This is it. Tesla, take over. Like, no, it's fake. So what's going on, man? What's going on? Welcome. Thank you for having me, man. I appreciate being.
No.
Welcome for being here, boss. We appreciate everything. Now, just for the people who haven't been living under a rock and who haven't been, tuning into WNHH on Thursdays, what is F.L.Y Talk and how did it actually show up?
All right. F.L.Y Talk is F.L.Y Talk first. A lot of times I used to go out and, I did some public speaking, I did things like that. And I would always introduce myself as, F.L.Y Ty, right? So naturally people, they tend to take it as like an arrogant statement, like, this guy thinks he's fly, like that slang, but actually F.L.Y is an acronym, right?
Mm-hmm.
It stands for First Love Yourself, right? So First Love Yourself talk. It's a first love yourself kind of conversation. So I always tell people that it's an intimate conversation being had in public. Like we talking about ourselves, we dealing with ourselves, some internal stuff, things that we deal with personally, and then we just kind of share it with the world without, some filters, but without hiding, who we are, because I think that's how we heal. So we came on and we started having these conversations about, the need and the necessity for loving oneself, right? Because, let's face it, you can't do anything for anyone else. Work doesn't look the same, feel the same. Coming on a podcast doesn't feel the same. Being on radio, whatever it is that you're doing, it doesn't feel the same if you don't have that passion for yourself first. Like you have to, you guys know. You look in the mirror, man, and you shake it off, and you be like, because the world don't stop. Right. And that doesn't mean everything is perfect, but that's how F.L.Y Talk came into existence. So as far as getting on air and what pushed me, I don't know. That's a good question, man. That's a good question. It was a lot of different elements, man.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of different things happening at the same time. Like I was doing, I'm all over the place. If anyone knows me, I'm all over the place. I do a lot of different things. I wear many hats. But I sat on the porch. I don't know if you know about the porch, man. I went to the porch with Babs, man, and I was up there with Babs, man, and Ife, and we was talking, and it was like, yo, and I started talking about the concept of having a show, because I was doing, at that time, I was streaming, and it was therapeutic for me. It was more like just something I needed to do for myself, right? Mm-hmm. So I was streaming on Facebook and whatever I was doing, and I started a little segment on called "This Is Me," and I just was talking about things that was happening in my life and the loss of my grandmother, the loss of my brother, and different things and elements in my life. And I was having real raw conversations. And Babs was like, yo, you should be out there. You should be talking about this. Like you should be. And she was like, yo, listen, I'm going to give you a number. Right. And she gave me, of course, Harry's number. So she's like, I'm going to give you a number and you have to call. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to call. She gave me the number. Little did I know she called herself and I didn't call. Right. And it wasn't that I was hesitant or anything. I just, again, had a lot of things going on. And I saw her again. She was like, did you call? I'm like, no. She was like, call. And I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm going to call. And I called, and from there, history is being made every Thursday. By week, Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't
we've
know.
heard
That was
such incredible things.
No.
That's kind of long-winded, man.
No.
Not really, because it was honest, and at the
Yeah.
end of the day, like P and I have heard a lot of what goes on the porch. One of these days, we will stop by there. I promised Babs an eon ago that we were going to do that, and we just, how it is, man. Life gets in the way. But you will see an easy BlueZ and Preston sighting on the porch one of these days.
Listen, let me tell you something. And I know this isn't about this, but I want to tell you something about the porch. I don't know how she created this energy, this vibe, right? But the vibe is it's a vibe of hope and honest conversation. And you it's very rare you can have those things
right
out in public. Those are usually reserved for me, myself, and I, like when we talking to it, you know what I mean? Like,
no, definitely.
But there you feel safe. You feel
Mm-hmm.
you feel safe. You can be as vulnerable or as honest as you want to be.
Nice.
Yeah. So yeah, I look forward to that episode. You got to bring the cameras though. You got to. It's worth it.
I hear a lot about that. I also hear that the porch would be an uncensored show.
Oh yeah, so maybe you don't bring the cameras.
That's what I'm saying. It's all. I know that we're trying to get more edgier with some of the content for WNHH, but
baby steps.
Baby steps. I don't think we need to be exposing the world to something like that quickly. That'll either be the world's salvation or the world's undoing. You choose.
I'm gonna be optimistic. Wow. I'm gonna say salvation. I'm gonna be optimistic.
You're the optimistic.
Okay.
I'm like, we don't need no water. Let them up. Burn.
That was good. But yeah. So
but I don't want to cut you off easy.
But that's it though.
No. I was gonna say, one, thank you for your honesty, and I love how it did come out of something that from the community itself, it was able to grow into this beautiful thing that you have going on, and it is very true, and we need more people like you to stand up there and say it's okay to be in your feelings. It's okay to feel these different certain ways, and you don't have to do that behind closed doors. I'm a big fan of uncomfortable conversations. I feel uncomfortable conversations should be done in public, because that's the only way that people are going to grow. And I love that about what you do. So I wanted to kind of give you your flowers for knocking it out of the park, man. So thank you.
Thank you, man. Thank you for that, man. That means a lot.
Word. So now we've gone from the show to the clothing line. For those that are just listening right now and don't have the ability to look at the video, this man is wearing one of his own shirts, F.L.Y, which is fly, talk, in a nice little bite in your lip kind of smile. It's kind of seductive, but it's in a nice way. It's in a nice way.
Yeah, man. I get that all the time, man. I guess in a nice way, seductive in a nice way. Is that a good thing?
Seductive in a nice way.
I like that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna steal that. I'm gonna try to figure out how to incorporate that into my brand. Seductive in a nice way. Can we do it in a seductive voice, but non-threatening?
Yeah, well, that's the whole thing. You got to try to find one of those, though. I'd be like, I mean, unfortunately, he's just passed, but I'm sure James Earl Jones would be able to knock that one out of the park. He'd be like, seductive in a nice way.
You need a girl for that.
That was it.
Girl. Yeah.
Now,
Won't work
we
well
need
with James
a
Earl.
female. A female.
Yeah, female would
Yeah.
be perfect.
Okay.
100%. 100%. Daz might be good for that. She got a great voice.
That might be
True.
Fly Talk After Dark.
Oh, there we
That can happen.
go.
Hey,
There we go.
we
That can
make
happen.
that happen. Yeah. See, this is it, right? This is it. This is what it's all about anyway. Getting up here and great minds, sparking each other and moving into a new direction and
Right.
growing, man. I
Well,
like that.
speaking of growing and moving in a new direction, for those who are following you and stuff like that, what can they expect as the next? We spoke about the show. We were talking a little bit about the T-shirt and other gear that you have going out there. Like, when's the Fly Talk coffee mug coming out? When's the Fly Talk calendar coming out? When's the Fly Talk flamethrower coming out? Like, we need to know.
You said flamethrower. I love that. So the clothing brand is we already have merch. Merch is available. We have the long sleeve tees, we have short sleeve tees, we have hoodies, we have drinking mugs. We do have some things out right now. Well, we have them ready for production. So at any given time, I think what it is when you go to put something out, you want to make sure that you're putting out the best quality and you accessible to the people, because when people call for you, when they need it, man, when they want it, man, you got to be ready to give it to them. So I think we kind of like wanted to make sure that we had all of our ducks in order for the fly talk crew. Make sure that all the ducks are in order, so when we go out and we start pushing it to a larger population, that we're ready to receive those things. We don't want to do anything that half-hearted.
Right.
But absolutely, you can email me. Send me your size. We can get you a seductive shirt in a nice way. Or so yeah, we can get you. We have the hoodies. So like I said, we have the hoodies, the long sleeve tees, and the short sleeve tees, man, in many different flavors. Today I'm rocking the gray and
It looks
white.
really nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
It looks really cool.
Yeah, no, it pops real well on air. So
Yeah, man. I got one for you guys, man. Don't worry about it. Yeah, no problem, man.
yeah,
We gonna be. But listen, don't be seductive.
I'll wear it on air. That's the thing, is like right now I'm wearing a Walter shirt.
Okay.
Like I wear local band merch, local business people's merch on air to help promote them, even when we're not interviewing them. That's one of the things that I do on an everyday basis. I try to live the aspect of, to the fact where I actually had sneakers from someone who made sneakers out here. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not there yet. I'm coming though.
Yeah.
So yeah, but in the future though, we looking to take it to another level, man. And as far as the merch go, yeah, we're looking to take it to another level. But other than that though, we want to make sure that we reaching and hitting our target audience, man. When it comes to this kind of conversation, because it's not easy. So we do it in a fun, light but heavy kind of way. I don't know if that means that's almost like friendly, seductive, like
seductive,
in
be
a
nice.
nice way.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but we try to hit our targets and make sure that people are because you gotta remember, some people are living in the trauma, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you're unsensitive to those things, you have to, you can like run people off. So we want to do it with fun, jokes. We have a nice vibe, nice chemistry, but we also want to make sure that people know that they're not alone. You know what I'm saying? And for so many years, and I speak for myself first, always. First love yourself, right? I speak for myself first. For so many years, I felt like I was on this island by myself, and with my struggles, with my joys, all those things, I felt like, and people just happened to be in the room with me, but they couldn't understand or couldn't relate. But that was because I was closed mouth, right? And they were closed. And once we start opening up, we realized that, you know what? got more in common. Then, so I think the next level for it all is to kind of like start introducing more live shows, like out in the public,
Like
and
a fashion
really,
show? Like a fashion show?
well, fashion show slash like open conversation. I
Okay.
think that the platform has to be or true and authentic to its original start. The fashion came after, you know how it go. Fashion came after, the clothing line came after. However, the show can still be a part of the fashion show. Like we can make that, like we can do that collabo, like, like do a live on stage show and then, talk about it and then tell people why clothing and why this brand should remind you of the beautiful things that live inside of you. Like I think on one of the hoodies, it says everything is possible. Everything is possible when you first learn to love yourself, right? So it's like got a little slogans on some of the shirts. But anyway, dang, I never talked about myself this much, man. That's crazy.
No, that's good though. That's
good.
good. See, here's your opportunity to share your story and see how people can connect with that, because a lot of that's going to come through. The more we can be open and vulnerable ourselves, the more people are going to want to be in their own vulnerability around us. So really, I think you're doing a fantastic job. You're knocking it out of the park. That's first and foremost.
I wish I could. I wish I had that knock it out of the park when I played baseball. I couldn't get out of the infield, man. It was crazy. No, I'm just kidding.
No, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine too. But see, this is one of the most incredible aspects. As you continue to grow and you're evolving and you want to take that aspect and you want to go and you want to do more live shows in which you have more of a live audience so that there's more people, maybe sit down with some panel shows, different stuff like that. You actually had some incredible panelists on your show so far. So much so that you had a district attorney.
Huh?
Did you have a district attorney on a panel?
Actually, I sat on a panel for justice. Like I did it. Like I said, I wore a lot of hats. So I did a lot of public speaking for like justice and people that was like going through discrimination, whatever the case may be, and quite frankly, coming from the inner city of New Haven, we know what that looks like, right? We know what discrimination looked like on many different levels. So, sitting on a panel with those guys allow me to utilize my voice in a way, and the platform that they allow me on to kind of bring light to the fact that we aren't our paperwork. I think that was one of the phrases that whatever paperwork that precedes you, you're bigger than that. Like, like from school to school, like I remember going from like middle school to high school, right? The paperwork went to the school before you got there. So the principal or the teachers, they read through your file, right? And they judge you based on that. But we're human beings and we're forever growing and we're forever evolving. So whatever you wrote down 5 years ago is not going to be who I was or who I am today, right? So it's 5 years ago. That information is outdated. It actually 1 hour ago is outdated. So anyway, when I sat on the panel with those guys, I had an opportunity to speak that truth and let them know that, don't hold people hostage. People, we do it to ourselves enough. We imprison our own minds and our hearts and our dreams and our passions enough, so don't be the side person that's imprisoning us as well. I don't know. That's hard language though.
Is F.L.Y the healed version of you?
Is F.L.Y the healed version of me? Oh, that's crazy because I think healing is a continuous process, bro. Like I think it's a continuous process. I think there's gonna be some things that we get right immediately, some things we learn to get right and fix, and some things we're gonna continuously work on Yeah, right, man. And it's not a healing and growth is not a thing. It's like I arrived. No, it's like, yo, man, there's another mountain. Like you climb the mountain and you like, yo, damn, I'm here. But then, you know, you see it, you on top of that mountain and you see another mountain. You like, yo, I haven't even scratched the surface yet, man. I got work to do. But it's not bad work. Because the journey itself is worth the whole, it's worth the arrival. The journey is the thing that you remember the most. The people like you and Easy, man, like, you know, Preston and Easy, like meeting you guys is a part of the journey. Like that's gonna, when it's all over, whether it's at the top or I slip back down, it's gonna be the porch. It's gonna be having this interview. It's gonna be meeting you guys, or seeing you guys at the holiday parties or whatever the case may
On
be.
WNHHLP 103.5 FM New Haven, myself, Preston, and my partner in crime, Long Island Raised, Elm City, Maine, Mr. E.Z. BlueZ, and Fly Tie every Thursday, 1 to 3 on WNHH LP 103.5 FM New Haven. Fly, go ahead.
I mean, that was it. Like, I just think that I think that was, I think the journey of meeting you guys is more important than anything else, man. Honestly, those are the memories that you hold, bro. They can't take that away from you. You know.
You were a poet, right?
Yo, so my catchphrase for poetry is, I'm not a poet, I just talk a lot. This is weird. Yeah. I'm not a poet, I just talk a lot, right? So, you know, yeah. So yeah, man, I don't know if they consider me a poet, man. Well, no, we had some, like you said, we had some great guests on the show, right?
Yeah.
We had a brother Midnight, man. Go follow him if you can, man. Midnight, man, is awesome. So I came in and I always said this, man. I'm not a poet, I talk a lot. So he's like, bro, I wish you stopped saying that. Because everyone is like, no, everyone knows you're a poet. And I'm like, nah, bro, I'm not. Because but the thing is, like, you see these guys doing what they do. It's just like, I'm in awe of you guys, because you guys are like, I don't want to say, and it's not old, right? It's just veterans, right? You guys got a chemistry. You guys been vibing, right? So I watch your show so I can get tips and see how you vibe and how your energy and your chemistry flow. And you can tell when it's natural and when it's forced, right? You guys got a natural vibe. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so like, oh man, yeah. So
that's all good.
Yeah,
Fine. We appreciate the kind words, though. We really do.
Yeah, no, seriously, we totally appreciate the kind words, because it's so interesting too. Because how you say, I'm not a poet, I just talk a lot. I, for the longest time, even in the show, been like, Preston is the actual journalist. I'm just here for the jokes. You know what I mean? Like I'm here to be the life of the party type of aspect of it, but Preston's a journalist that asks all the really important questions. And it was like that for a very long time, until I understood that that's actually both jobs of the journalist. Is they're supposed to be there to keep levity in the situation, but also tell you the facts that are coming through. And what we do here is we provide that platform for people like you, like Babs, like other people who've been on the show, to tell your true story. You said it before, you've never talked as much about yourself as you're doing right now. And now your audience is getting to know you even better, which means they're going to be investing in you so much more and grow so much. And again, man, thank you for your transparency in this conversation. Because that is what's super important. That's what's going to help other people on their journey and help them grow, and maybe one day have their own Fly Talk type of shirt going on and rocking and rolling. So again, let's go, giddy up. Well, that's the other thing that I was thinking about too is if you could take your stuff and bring it down even to smaller editions. This is something that would pop incredibly well on TikTok, doing 30 seconds, 20-second type of things like 5 times a day. taking those clips into different aspects, I think would be fantastic for you. Would help get extra eyes on the brand itself and different things like that. It's one of the things that Preston and I are going to be working on coming into this next year. Is really looking at ways to shrink down, take what we have in an hour and shrink it down into 15 and 30-second clips to keep people's interest to go through there, because everyone has that short attention span. You gotta grow and do that type of stuff. So I appreciate, again, man, 100% appreciate what you do. But where do you see yourself coming through in 2025? Because I know you've got bigger plans than just being on a Thursday. Nothing wrong with being on a Thursday, by the way. You got 2 hours in a row. We got 2 hours split up over 2 days. You got 2 hours in a row. So nothing wrong with a Thursday.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. Like so I'm really enjoying the ride right now. It's a learning process, right? Like being in the company of, and again, I'm not trying to blow anybody's heads up, but being in the company of such great talent, like, and guys that's been doing it, like, I mean, like, we can shout the whole crew out, like, right? Because so many people on the platform that
Exactly.
actually that get busy, man. Like I listen. So now, hold on, let me tell you something. Talk about seductive in a nice way. Yo, Stan the Man got a smooth voice, bro. I just wanted to put that out there, but no. And I'm saying that to say, because I listen to how you guys engage your audience. I listen to how you guys like, and it's not just you. I mean, of course, it's your show too. I think your show was like one of the first shows that I kind of like started digging into and trying to figure out how we're going to vibe and how I'm going to vibe on the show and survive. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, so I think like I'm enjoying the ride, man. I'm enjoying the ride. I'm enjoying learning. I do have many things that I want to do with the community. I think the community of our art, the art world in Connecticut. I mean, I know people have tapped into it, but I just don't think that. I think it could be a million of us moving in that same field and still not catch all the talent that's here. Like, because it's so much happening, and I think it's like maybe one of the most slept on states when it comes to talent. Like I always shout people out. So like we had our slam team. We had our slam team that went representing Connecticut, and they went all the way. I mean, our youth slam team, and then we had our adult slam team, and they slayed. They killed it, and those guys like Influence of Life and and all those guys, man, went out there and killed it, and they need to be recognized for the work that they do. These are poets, right? These are poets, but they do other, like, that's one thing about the arts, like, you can't confine it, man. It's like they do poetry, but they do canvas work, they do photography, they speak, they public speakers, they like, they're in the medical field, like, whatever. They're teachers, they're educators, like Frank Brady, right? You got all these guys that I engage with. So, I learn from everyone. Short story, I'm gonna get back to it. Short story, I learn from everyone. I appreciate the journey that I'm on, but I also want to go and see how much exposure we can give to the people that's in my media circle. Like, I have a guy that's ready to come on. I'm going to do this on your show because I know people going to watch. We got a guy that's ready to, his name's Ben Word. He's a local artist, man. He's on the R&B scene. The dude is a phenomenal, man. Check out that show.
Repeat the name. Repeat the
name. Yeah, repeat the name, because the internet.
Ben Ryder.
Okay.
Ryder. Like, yeah, not Ryder. Like,
no,
yeah,
got you.
So yeah, he's dope though. He's dope.
Nice. And that's one of the key points is being able to give back. It's, you know, you take as many steps forward, but with keeping one hand extended back to try to help pull the next person up and elevate that next thing. That's by far one of the top things. One of the things we love to do on this show in particular, because it's fun for us. It's fun for us, and I love to see. I would honestly, I want to figure out how you wind up getting these public speaking gigs. I need to start getting paid to speak in public. I think I have
Says
some
the
horrible
man
things.
in the rock band who tours.
Says the man in the rock band, right?
I gotta go and find these gigs. Says the man who's a lead singer of a rock band.
I
How
understand
hard
that, but
is it for you? That's my question. How hard is it for you
I
to
don't
find a
know
gig
how the other avenues are. I
connect with
don't
people?
know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing.
You don't know what you're doing,
He said,
Mr.
I don't know what
Award
I'm
winner.
doing. Come on. No, the funny thing is, right? He said keeping one arm back and reaching and pulling people. Listen, but if you back down, I'm gonna let you go.
Right.
You will fall. I will push you back down. Like if I'm holding someone, if I got my arm back, I just want this to be clear. Like, because I'm being honest here, right? We can't afford, listen, and this is the one thing about growth. You can't afford to try to help people that's trying to hurt you.
Hold on. Say that one more time. One more time for the people who haven't pulled over and picked out the pen yet.
No, but that's real talk though. You can't afford, like, we have a limited amount of time on this earth. We have a purpose, a direction, and a goal that we're aiming for. You can't afford to allow people or help people that's trying to hurt you, right? To give that kind of energy to people that's trying to hold you back. Like, if you're trying to bring them up, right? And up doesn't mean with me. Up means, like, wherever you need to be, I'm here to support you to get where you need to be. But if the only thing that you can think of is holding me back, I have to move on. Like, we have to. Like, it's not something that we want to do. It's not nice. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't make you feel good. But loving yourself, self-care, sometimes is like you have to cut ties with things that's unhealthy for you. I'm sorry. I mean, I
don't
hate
be sorry.
Yeah, you want to know something?
No,
Not only was that real talk, that's Fly Talk, and you can have that Fly Talk every Thursday at 1 p.m., 1 to 3 p.m. on WNHH. They really want to pay attention to get more gems like that. And that's what people are tuning in to see and to hear. So definitely go on your tangents. We're huge on tangents here. I'll probably go off on like 18 different tangents and not know where I'm going to wind up. Halfway through this question, I forgot what I was going to say, and that's fine.
But I know what I'm going to say. What made Jasmine Outlaw the perfect co-host for you?
All right. So Jazz, it's a couple things, right? So I used to run a show, right? And the show was called Poets of the Round Table, right? Like, the thing I wanted to do was be the Russell Simmons of poets, and not necessarily him, but, you know, I don't know if you guys are old enough to remember Def Poetry, right?
Oh yeah.
Right. So he had the show. And he was the fuel of the show. But you never really saw him when he came out. It was the end of the show. You're like, thank you for coming out. Whatever. See you next time. And he'll walk off the stage. That was all he did, right? So I'm like, yo, that's me. I don't want to be in front of the camera. I don't want to be, that was my way of thinking at that point. And I just want to have a wonderful show and just rock out, right? So Jazz came and we used to have live panels. It was a live show, and we used to stream. It was a live show. People would come out. We would have people from California on the stream, like they could engage with us, right? So it was amazing. It was amazing, and it's something that it's still in the works. But Jazz came out. Did she ever take the stage? I think she was a panelist one time, and she came out and she told her story, right?
Right.
But me and Jazz, I knew Jazz my whole life. Jazz is family, you know what I mean? But she came out, and her story, her message, her voice everything was right. But she fell back in, as soon as it was over, she fell back in the shell. So I'm like, yo, listen, this is what our show is about. You have to get out of your shell. You have to come out of this thing because people vibe. And then the way she challenged me from a woman's perspective and have the ability to converse and see it your way and make her point. You know what I'm saying? A lot of and I'm going to get in trouble for this, but a lot of women, unfortunately, right? A lot of women sometimes they don't hear us.
True.
As they hear what we say, but they really focus in on key words. They don't hear us, right? And sometimes what we're saying is not just in the words, it's behind, it's everything that we're like giving you right now. I don't know if that's kind of
no, and the best way for the average listener to pick up on that is you kind of, no matter male or female, you're put in a situation where they're speaking in a language that only like one of those special ring decoder is going to understand. It's a secret code that you should be tight enough to know what the secret code is, and then there's frustration in not knowing what the secret code is. And that's no matter what it is, and that's what it comes down to. Like, I know what I meant. How could you not know what I meant? I thought you knew me better than that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then that's really what it comes down to. So I totally understand, where that comes from, and it can. And again, if they want to cancel people, go ahead. Nice try. Keep it moving. There is no such thing as cancellation. It just means that you're not good at your craft. There were just people that were better at it than you were. That's really what it comes down to.
Yeah. So yeah, with all that said, Jazz bring out the better part of myself in the show. So we can curb the cancellation part of it. Because, she makes me, I mean, she makes the show better. She gives it balance.
Nice. What have been some of your favorite topics to talk about on Fly Talk?
Man, so like I'm gonna tell you, like we had some really good topics. We have really good topics. I like going deep sometimes. But I also like the guests that we have, man. We always have some phenomenal guests, man. Like I mean, I can start running off the list, but it'd be easier for you to go back and watch some of the old shows.
Mm-hmm.
I just talking about, man. That wasn't poetry.
No, I love it. I see what you did. That was smart.
Yeah, no, but it'd definitely be easier to go back and see those things. But like I like the engagement of dealing with like people, right? I think so it's not a favorite show. It's not a favorite show or a favorite topic. It's more like, are we walking away with something better or a different perspective or a different way of seeing things? That's it challenge, because we want to challenge our norm. Whatever your norm is, you should challenge that. Like it should never, you should never become complacent with, oh, I figured this out. Yeah, you figured it out that way, but you gotta remember, there's 1,000, right? It's 1,000 ways to unscrew a screw.
It's true.
Yep. I don't know what ever said it that way before, but I wanted to, but it's 1,000 ways, right? So if you have a regular screwdriver, you can go in with a Phillips. If it's a Phillips, you can go in with a flathead. If you got a Phillips, you can unscrew the Phillips screw with a flathead, right? I know this is weird. And if you don't have that, you can use a butter knife, right?
I was gonna say, don't forget the butter knife or the quarter. Sometimes you gotta use the quarter, but sometimes you use the dime because the dime is thinner, so you get in there with the dime.
Yeah, but you remember the guys when once it's a little bit loose, they can stick their nail in there, like and turn it with their fingernail. Like,
especially if they got that pinky nail for no apparent reason why the pinky nail is longer than anything else. We don't want to talk about that.
This is yeah. You got me checking my nails now. Like, what's going on, man?
You're like, what year is it? Dang.
Yeah. How did he know? How did he know? But so, no, but it's crazy how somebody walk in and you see that and you're like, okay, yes, my God.
I know exactly what's going on right here. My guy. I got you.
My God.
Me too, on WNHH LP 103.5 FM New Haven, myself, Preston, my partner in crime, Long Island raised, Elm City made, Mr. EZ BlueZ. You're talking about making yourself better every single day. What have you improved as a broadcaster all this time? And what do you feel that are your weaknesses as a broadcaster?
Yo, man. Sheesh. That was a good one, man. Yo, okay. So now I'm coming to the home plate and I'm about to swing. Okay, let's go.
I believe in you. You're gonna knock it out the
So
park,
I
baby.
think the thing that I do well is I think I'm good with, and I don't want to say just good with like talking and speaking. I think I'm confident in my own skin. It's all right for me not to know. I'm okay with not knowing. Like I'm not arrogant. I'm not cocky in that way. So it leaves room for me to grow, right? So I'm learning the boards. I'm learning different things. I ask questions. I want to figure it out. And I'm okay with not knowing, right? Because I think that's where my growth comes from. And the things that I do have an understanding of, I'm not afraid to share. Like I'm not afraid to share my failures. I'm not afraid to share my success. I'm not afraid to give you the blueprint to my story, right? Because even if I gave it to you, if it's not meant for you, that blueprint doesn't fit your structure or your foundation. It's not for your home. It's for my home. But it can give you an outlook. So I'm not afraid to, and I think that's a strength. I think that's a benefit to me, right? And I think it's a benefit to anyone that's in my circle because I share it freely, right? I think one of my weaknesses is my weakness. I don't know when to shut up. No. I had to do that. It was just too
One of my
easy.
weaknesses is I'm too pretty. I'm too pretty. That's my weakness. Have you seen me? I'm too pretty.
But no, I think one of my weaknesses is and I don't know if it's a weakness. I just think that it's an obstacle. I haven't figured out how to balance, right? To balance and I like and once I actually get it out, people probably will be like, yeah, that's true. But and it applies to a few of us out there. But I haven't figured out how to balance like, my passion versus my necessity to life, right? Yeah, so passion is what we do every Thursday from 1 to 3. We come in, we give our passion, we give ourselves, and it feels free, it's liberating. And then we have work and life and those things. And you kind of want to not to give so much energy and time to the things that I mean, and not saying that it's a bad thing. I don't want to put it that way, but you want to pour more into yourself, right? And more into the things and trying to figure out how to create a livelihood and a life doing what you love to do, right? So if you like to talk like me, you need to figure out how to be in that place and not get canceled.
Right.
Have you done work for the community? I mean, we obviously don't work for community, but my question is, have you done work for kids? Because I was preparing my research for you. I think it'd be a great mentor just for kids, high school, just uplifting them, getting them in a positive life. Have you worked with the youth in the community?
So I work with adults. So I've hosted the Youth Poetry Slam 2
Okay.
years in a row downtown on the Green, New
That's
Haven.
awesome.
So they called me in as a host 2 years in a row, which was a honor, right? It was an
Mm.
honor to meet some of these great young minds, man. I think I have some photos of hosting, and I have some photos of the winners of the slam. But to get to know these people, these young men and women, right? And to watch them evolve as artists and as human beings is amazing. So yes, the short story is yes, I have done work with our youth. We used to have a show. We used to have a show many moons ago. Not that long. That's too many minis. That's too many minis, man. Like, but we had a show, and it was called the Poet's Notes, and the Poet's Notes was catered around young artists, right? And we had like college students and high school students, and that was engaging with each other. It was really for them to engage with their peers, but we facilitated it. At that time, I facilitated it. So, and it was an off sister show to the Poets of the Round Table. So the Poets Notes was catered to the youth. Um, and as far as like work now that I'm doing, yeah, I'm still engaged, man. I'm still engaged, man.
That's awesome.
But I would love to do more. I would love to do more.
Yeah, I was actually going to say I can't wait for the book because it feels like there's some sort of like self-help or some sort of inspirational book that's in there, and it could even start off as a 365-day calendar, just fly talk daily calendar. That they pull the thing off. I'm just
So so 2020. It's funny that you would say that because 2025. I'm aiming to do. I have started doing it, but I want to continue it and I want to like build on it. Monday morning motivations, but I may have to if I did
About to
it. If
mention
I
that.
did it.
I was just
If I
about.
did.
Go ahead. I was just about to mention that. Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna let you do it. Go ahead. Do it.
No,
Let's
no,
do it
no,
right.
no, no.
Let's do it.
You took the thought out of my head, so I'm gonna let you proceed. So you
Okay.
go ahead. It was God meant for that to happen. Go right ahead, Fly.
Yeah. So I started doing it Monday morning motivation, but I think we can do it every day. I think we can figure out a way. And it doesn't have to, like you said, it doesn't have to be a big thing. It could be small little 15 little clips on TikTok, wherever we do it at, but it should be out there. And I think, but the thing is, you don't want to get up there and be copying other people that's already doing it, right? I think, and that's go back to just bring it back to my strengths. I think that's one of my strengths. It's my thing is always authentic. It's just who I am. Like I don't try to be this way.
Mm-hmm.
I got you.
got
I got you. You got a pen? You got a pen. Fly Talks Daily Dose. Fly Talks Daily Dose.
Cool.
And there you go.
Yo, this is recorded, so I don't even need it. I looked around and I'm like, yo, I don't even have it. What's going on? Like I should be prepared, right? Fly Talk Daily Dose.
Yeah.
The daily dose of Fly Talk.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get motivated, man. So, yeah, man, come be fly with us.
We only have so much time left of the broadcast. What I want you to do is just please plug yourself, time of the show, where people can tune in, plug your social media, where people can find you, and any last inspirational advice that you give to that someone who feels that they lost purpose.
Feel like you lost purpose. So, the one thing I'll say, right? Because there's no such thing. There's no such thing as losing purpose. Once you found it, you can't lose it, right? I think that again, the journey is about finding what your purpose is, finding where your truth exists, where it's like cactus, right? The cactus need very little water,
Mm-hmm.
right? very little water to survive, right? It could be in the desert, but once it get the water, it knows how to store it in a way where it can't survive in the drought. So when we find our purpose puts us in a place where we don't need a lot of water. We don't need a lot of people pouring into us. We don't need people around us telling us who we are and what we need to be and how we need to be it. Only thing we need to do is because I'm telling you, finding your purpose is it's a journey that you have to travel alone, and you have to be comfortable there. And once you're comfortable there, the world opens up for you. It doesn't. And so the people that find themselves in despair and hope and hopelessness and things like that, and that doesn't mean that even when you have fly talk and when you love yourself first, that doesn't mean you don't find yourself in a state of depression or stress or those things. It just means that you don't stay there. You find a way to build yourself back up. You find a way, right? So I think my words for people that find themselves in a state of in any of those states is just to remember who you are. Remember who you are, right? And if you don't know, get around people that you would like to be like. You know what I'm saying? That like and I'm gonna say this and shut up because I can keep going. I promise you, right? My cousin, my cousin Salim, he passed away. He always used to say, the brotherhood, brothers and dudes are not the way they used to be. They're not how they used to be. And I used to be like, yo, what do you mean by that? And he'd be like, yo, nah, we used to be tight, man. We had brotherhood, man. We used to go skating. We used to go to movies together, man. It was nothing to get on the city bus and you see like 15, 20 people going in one direction and we going to do something, right? So you know what I said to him?
What?
I said to him, if you think brothers are not the way you have to be the brother to people that you want them to be. Like the one the brother that you want to see, you have to be that. So when people tell me, where's our leaders, and what are we doing, and hold a mirror up to yourself and see, and make yourself become the person that you want everybody else to become, or at least strive for it. All right, now with that being said, you can find me every Thursday on WNHH, community radio 103.4. Oh shoot, if I said it wrong, please forgive me. But 103.5, right? You can find me every week, every Thursday from 1 to 3 o'clock p.m. Me and my lovely co-host Jasmine, the Phoenix Outlaw, we'll be there in the building. You can also follow me on all things social media. I'm on the X. I'm everywhere. I don't know. And you can look it up at on Instagram, fly.tie.104. On Facebook is Fly Tie. Fly Talk is the page. The website. Get your merch. You got to get one of these shirts. You got to get cups. You got to get whatever. Keep it moving. But I'm not really big on talking about myself. It's really hard for me to do this, but for you guys,
you did a great job.
Oh my God.
You did really good. We
Hit me up,
appreciate it. Hopefully this is the first of many conversations. We had a great time talking with you, Fly. Great time learning more about you. And anytime you want to put something on, man, just hit us up. This has been a great
experience. So here's the thing.
Yeah.
I don't believe in favors for a favor, but I do believe in spreading love, bro. You gotta come on the Fly Talk, man.
Okay.
Let us know.
We'll figure it out. Book us.
Figure out a plan.
We'll do it.
We'll figure it out. Book us. See, he talking about he don't know how to do it. You just did it. He said, we'll figure it out. Book us. He already knows. He knows what to do. Public speaker.
Preston Easy Blues, 103.5 FM New Haven. We appreciate everyone. Ty, blessings, brother. Thank you so much.
Wondering debating what to write about, trying to figure out what it's all about. Existentialist, am I worth anything or just discount? I don't know. I don't know.